What's up, everyone? It's Daniel here, and today we are back in Mariposa to do CBT, the cognitive behavioral therapy. We got here a little early. It is 12:47, so yay, on time. Early, better than on time. So yeah, I get to talk to you guys for a little bit. So I don't know what my therapist has in store for me today. So he wanted me to document my struggles waking up 2 days in a row at an early time. So he wanted me to be up around 8, which for me is very early. I usually don't do anything that has AM attached to it. I usually wake up anywhere between 1 and sometimes even 5 in the afternoon when I'm left to my own devices. So me waking up that early, that took a lot. I did do it one day, and it was pretty successful. For the past several months, I have been very hard to wake up, very hard to get ready, and that has caused me to be running late to get to work, which in turn causes me to speed. Well, it doesn't cause me to speed, but I feel like that's the only option that I have left once I realize I'm going to be late. And so I will drive in speeds that I don't feel comfortable mentioning to you, but they are beyond unsafe. Let's put it that way. So I finally came to the conclusion that something is going to happen and my luck is going to run out one of these days. And while I'm on my way to work, I'm either going to get into an accident, which if I did at the speeds that I do to get to work on time, I would most likely die, and even worse, I may wind up taking somebody else with me. The other option is I would get pulled over, and due to the excessive speed, I would go to jail and lose my license. And obviously that wouldn't do well because I am the only income for my household. So that would obviously spell disaster for me and my family. And the other option is that I would just show up late to work too many times and I would get fired. Out of all three of those situations, obviously getting fired is the most overcomable outcome. Getting fired is better than death, and it's better than jail. So this is my Hail Mary pass, my last ditch effort to get myself straightened out and get this problem taken care of and figure out what I can do and how I can overcome this problem. That way I can live a normal life. That way I can get up and go to work and be on time the way I should be. So we're going to go inside right now, going to catch up with the therapist, see what's going on, and I'll catch you here in a little bit. And we're back. Well, I feel like that was a productive meeting. We discussed my sleeping and waking habits again, and what he thinks I should do, first of all, is go take a sleep study. Now, I have had a sleep study in the past because I have sleep apnea, and that sleep study diagnosed me with sleep apnea. I'm being treated for sleep apnea, which should help solve a lot of these problems, but since I'm still having problems waking up, particularly remaining in like a deep sleep state, he's thinking that perhaps there might be something medical to look at rather than psychological. So he's suggesting I start there. That way we can rule either rule that out or get it fixed one way or the other. Some other suggestions that he had was to, how did he put it? Was to change the area I go to once I wake up. In other words, just throw something new in the mix. So instead of waking up and sitting at the edge of the bed, or the first thing you do running to the bathroom, go sit at the coffee table or something like that. Do something different that shakes up your routine. And I can see where that may help, that may work. But my only concern is that in the past, whenever I do something different, I tend to get used to it very easily. So I don't know how well something like that would work in the long run. Either that, I would just have to keep changing what I do and where I go all the time. But something really important that I feel like I got out of this was something he said to me at the beginning of our session today, when I was telling him that I can't do this, or I can't wake up and I can't do this. What he suggested is stop using can't and say that in the past I couldn't, which is true. In the past I couldn't, however, as far as the present goes and as far as the future goes, we can't predict those. So basically just change some of the verbiage and thought patterns, which I thought was a pretty good piece of advice. I hadn't thought of it that way. So I think I'll start doing that from now on, or at least trying to implement that, because I can see where that would be beneficial, to acknowledge the fact that in the past I had troubles with performing certain tasks or doing certain things. However, I'm currently in the process of getting help to fix those problems, so in the future I may not have them. So it wouldn't be fair to me, and it wouldn't be fair to the progress that I may be making right now, to tell myself that I can't do those things because based on what I had done in the past. So I can relate to that. I can see that. So I think that's a good piece of advice to leave off on. When it comes to past experiences, let them be in the past. Don't forget about them, but don't necessarily let your past experiences dictate what your future experiences will be. Because as long as we are working and as long as we are continuing our journey, then we don't know what the future will hold. And the whole idea is to get better. So to say that the future is just going to be a repeat of the past kind of undermines the journey in and of itself. So I like that. From now on, I'll try and use verbiage that is more past tense related rather than future and present tense. Well, guys, I want to thank you for watching. It's been interesting trying to document all this and get it down, and I'm not very good at the whole vlogging thing, but if you do watch, I really appreciate you tuning in. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Until then, take care of yourselves and be well. Bye-bye.